You do it. That's your thing. That's your thing.
You want me to do it?
No, he gotta do it. Yes, sir. He's making you decision the Syrian way, by the way.
No, when the war started in Syria, the situation was a little bit hard when we lost the electricity, a little bit like the gas, and there were checkpoints everywhere. So we decided to leave. I found Emma's torch through my best friend. So she called me one day and she was like, why you don't let Mazen apply for this?
My sister applied for me as a birthday gift because she knows that's something I love and I want to do. So one day she told me, okay, I apply for something for you. This is gonna be your gift for your birthday. And she applied for the Emma torch for me. Make it better than me.
So my chicken is in half. Okay, and then I'm going to cut one side of the backbone and then the other side of the backbone. We want to cut in between the hip and the back. Okay. So we're going to cut, press down, close to the back. Just like that. Remember, we always want to cut where we can see. I can even dislocate. Ow! All right, and then I cut here. Always on the cutting board. Nice and easy. Okay? This is how we will prepare our chicken. All right, Team Meatball, where you at?
Говорили іспанською. Ну, ви розумієте, що якщо офіціант знає інші мови, це досить великий рівень обслуговування. I very like Chef Alex and all chefs who work in the Emma storage. I very like how they study us. That's very correct and really interesting. For me, that's very important because my dream job that's cook. I want to be a chef maybe in the future because I'm really excited to look guests have happy face when eat my dish.
A lot of folks are migrating for a number of different reasons. The vast majority of them, if not all, are fleeing for safety and refuge. We're seeing a lot of violence that is making people leave because no one wants to leave if they feel safe at their home. Why would you want to leave your home, right? That makes no sense. And workforce development and workforce training is even more important than it ever has been before.
Unfortunately, most of the funding really is front-landed right now. So a lot of funding rightfully goes to helping people in those first few months, getting settled, figuring out what does this city mean? What's the language? Getting through some of those early learnings that are so critical to eventually building a future here. So once folks age out of some of the services and provisions that are afforded them as new refugees, we are here to step in to really help them dig their heels in and become drivers of our economy.
Northeast, then slide right onto Rhode Island Avenue Northeast.
I was born in the US. My parents immigrated here in the 80s, and then my grandparents joined them shortly thereafter. All of my family is descendant from people who fled from Lithuania during World War II. My great-grandparents were fortunate enough to be able to come to South Africa, and their families were all killed during the war. So it's a very complicated history and relationship with Lithuania, and also I think, for me at least, it very much drives the work that we do, that if we can force neighbors to see each other as neighbors and not as strangers, then we can restore humanity. Maybe we can turn the tide a little bit. So this is our kitchen space where we're doing a lot of our training, and our students are preparing for all of the food that's being sold at our market. We have vegetable pitas, which freshly made pitas. We have cupcakes, we have cookies, and one of our students is also working on family meals so that everybody will enjoy a meal together.
I'm from Afghanistan, and I'm making a chicken curry, which is very famous in our country. I'm sharing this food to my colleagues because they are from different countries, and they know how we do it in our country.
So for me, in 2016, when I saw that photo of Alan Kurdi, that little boy whose body was washed up on the shores of Greece, it made me think about my family's history. My great-grandparents left Lithuania to seek freedom and safety during World War II. My parents left South Africa, seeing an unjust society there. And it made me really question, what am I doing in this moment? In a moment where I can be doing more. As many naive people in their early 20s was really talking about how someone should do something, or wouldn't it be great if, or I'd love to go work for them and I think my husband, who is extremely patient and long-suffering, got sick of me saying someone else should do this and looked at me and said, whose permission do you need? Why can't that person be you? I chose to name Emma's Torch after Emma Lazarus, in part because of her famous poem, but also because of the work that she did as a staunch advocate and activist for refugees coming to the United States.
You don't need to take anything. Keep the mind. I will make the ball, okay? Okay. You don't need to make ball, you just measure. No problem.
We welcome our students to share what they would like to share with us, but we also offer them a space where all they need to be in that moment is not a survivor of trauma, is not the embodiment of their nation's story, is not the experience of being LGBTQ and kicked out of their homelands. It's just whoever they want to be and show up as that day. And so while we try and create that safe space, we also see it as an extension of making sure our students know that any space should be safe for them and that they are worthy and deserving of that at every turn.
So, hello everyone. I'm Vanya and I'm from Ukraine. But I want to say my dish that's about another part of my life. That's about Italy. Graduation at Amazon, that's a special day when you meet with your friends. And when you can make dish which remind you about your special period of times, your life, or about your childhood. For example, one student will make dessert that's a honey cake. This is favorite cake, her mom's, so that's very warm time. My dish, that's ravioli with shrimps, garlic and chili. I choose this dish because it reminds me about my first experience work in the restaurant kitchen in Italy. You can feel Italia's color and flavor when you eat this dish. So enjoy. Thank you.
After this, I want to spend a lot of time talking about your time in Italy.
working with pasta. I made fresh pasta.
Avant de venir aux États-Unis, j'ai été référé à ma source via une amie. Donc par la suite, je me suis dit, mais attends, comme je suis passionné du foot, pourquoi ne pas essayer d'aller à ma source, tu vois? It looks like a family, you know. Every time, you know, sometimes I send her a message or they call me if they have a problem, if they have a trouble, they need my experience, they need my advice, you know. We keep in touch for real, yeah.
Springtime. So
exactly.
peas,
Spring
papas,
bean, yeah.
watermelon radish.
Yeah.
This is a new pasta dish.
Yes.
It has morel mushrooms in it.
No. So it's the new garam up. We do it.
This is only their first little bit of time inside of the kitchen.
Yeah. That's very good to work at the restaurant, but before you work at the restaurant, you have to be passionate about the food. You have to love food before you come here at the restaurant. But so don't come to the restaurant just for the money. That's no good. That's no better, you know. Before passionate about the food, love food. That's the first thing. And if I see someone comes from Emma Stosh, it looks like my family, you know. It looks like my brother or my sister, you know.
Yeah.
And so that's good. That's great. Before I come in New York, in the United States, I didn't have experience about the food, about nothing, you know. So after that, I have a trail with Union Square Cafe, you know. And so that was great. And so the end of my trail, you know, I had a job, you know. And so this was great, and so I see that right now I'm a later chef, you know, right now because I got more experience.
You're traveling?
Yes, June, you know, yeah, to get married. My future wife, you know.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Not like the brazen giant of Greek fame, with conquering limbs astride from land to land.
Ось, в омитій водами, в брамі заходу сонця, могутня жінка тримає факел.
Repleta de relámpago y se va a llamar Madre de los Exiliados. Desde su mano iluminada brilla la bienvenida de todo el mundo.
Її лагідні очі охоплюють повітряний міст над двома частинами міста. Залиште свої землі, вашу пихатість, голосить вона мовчазними вустами.
تعالوا أيها المتعبون والفقراء والجموع الحاشدة الطواقة إلى استنشاق الحرية.
Misérable refus au village surpeuplé. Envoie-les-moi.
Les déshéritiers, que la tempête me les rapporte. De ma flamme, j'éclaire la porte d'or.